Jeopardy! Mayim Bialik shades co-host for flaunting past wins. Jeopardy! Is currently filming season 39 with Ken Jennings as the host. Although makers declared both Mayim Bialik and Ken as permanent hosts after season 38, the actress will split her hosting duties with another project she is working on. While the show is airing reruns from the past seasons, Mayim recently threw shade at her co-host during their first ever joint interview. Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik come together on a podcast. After season 38 ended on July 31st, the show is slated to return with season 38 on September 12, 2022. Before the upcoming season premieres, the hosts came together for an interview. During Inside Jeopardy! Episode 5 podcast, the hosts came together to talk about the pressure of having to fill such big shoes. Not just that, they couldn't resist roasting each other. During the podcast, Mayim said, "I do love sports, I love games, and I just love seeing it all, you know?" Ken quickly chimed in stating, "You know, I've played the game, and it's so fun." Mayim immediately cut him off and said, "Have you now?" As nervous laughter filled the room, Ken answered, "Once or twice." Producer and podcast host Sarah Foss then joked, couple times. Jeopardy! Host Mayim takes a jab at Ken's fashion sense. After Ken emphasized his past wins way too much for Mayim, Sarah pivoted to the tape days of the show. Immediately, Mayim dissed, "I came in looking like Ken, and I came out looking like this." Ken typically opts for slick back hair, which is less shaggy as compared to when he was a Jeopardy! Contestant. On tape days, he mostly opts for a low-key suit and tie look. Surprised by Mayim's statement, he replied, "Like, looking like me right now?" Later in the podcast, Mayim Bialik also joked, "Ken, I like you much better than I like myself." To this, Ken responded, "Oh, likewise." The Jeopardy! Hosts then shaded their differences as a matter of taste, and the podcast concluded with Sarah stating, "I like you both." Ken Jennings acknowledges late host Alex Trebek was a legend. Podcast host Sarah, who was also a former Clue crew member, also acknowledged, "Alex Trebek hosted this show for 37 years. I think we know just how easy he made it look." Ken chimed in as he mentioned, "I watched Alex do it up close, and I couldn't understand the kind of ease and grace because you're doing so many things at once, right?" Mayim explained how her degree in neuroscience and zero experience with the game are causing the pressure to pile up. She said, "I feel like if I make a mistake, even if we can go back and edit it, it feels very embarrassing because I think people are like, oh, she's a celebrity, or oh, she's got a she shouldn't make simple math errors. But sometimes I do it, and it's very stressful." Ken later credited the late host as he said, "Alex was such a legend it took two people to replace him." As per The Sun, Ken and Mayim started filling in for late host Alex Trebek from season 37 alongside a fleet of celebrity guest hosts. While fans mostly favored Ken Jennings to take over as the permanent host, Jeopardy! Makers decided otherwise. The final decision was to have both Ken and Mayim as permanent hosts. While Ken will host the upcoming season first, Mayim will rejoin for her hosting duties in January. During a recent taping of the iconic quiz show, a playful moment between co-hosts Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings took a cheeky turn. As Jennings, the famed Jeopardy! Champion with a record-breaking 74-game winning streak, casually referenced one of his past victories again, Bialik seized the moment to deliver a sly dig that had both the audience and contestants stifling grins. "Oh, were you on this show before? You should have mentioned it," Bialik quipped, her deadpan delivery earning a ripple of laughter across the studio. Jennings, ever the good sport, chuckled and shrugged, momentarily silenced by the gentle jab. Fans on social media were quick to react. Clips of the exchange made the rounds, with some praising Bialik for finally calling out Jennings' frequent callbacks to his legendary run. Mayim said what we were all thinking. One viewer posted on X, formerly Twitter, "We get it, Ken. You're good at trivia." Since the two began sharing hosting duties in 2021, their dynamic has been a mix of camaraderie and subtle competition. Bialik, who boasts her own PhD in neuroscience, often brings sharp wit and academic prowess to the lectern. Jennings, meanwhile, leans into his encyclopedic recall and deep love of the game. The light ribbing between them has become part of the show's evolving charm. For longtime Jeopardy! Devotees, this latest exchange is just another reminder. Behind the serious trivia, there's plenty of humor bubbling under the surface. And with Bialik around, Jennings might want to brush up on humility, or at least prepare for a few more zingers. Would you like a headline variant or social teaser to go with it?